Tinybones, go. I have a sneaky play for this turn. Oh, you will love it. Because they're waiting for with counter spell on one of those big bombs. Well, how about none of them will drop? None of them. You need to counter 2-drop or you're wasting a turn. That's fine. That's fine. That means they spent full turn to answer 1-drop. And we still can go for the Innkeeper's talent, start putting the counters, and now everything is warded. So this will, well, okay. You know, there's this whole nowhere to run passive thing that might be applicable to this game. Nobody really knows, but there is a slight sus that it might be relevant. Let's go for the Tinybones. But on the bright side, I'm gonna start putting some stuff into the board. I will go for it. We have some legendaries, and now the Tinybones has a death touch counter. Yay for the death touch counters. So far our opponent is answering everything we play. Of course, good for them. But hopefully we can start hitting face a little bit and drawing some extra cards. We also play Preacher because of this. Like, this is a creature that keeps you, getting card advantage. I really hope there's no Hex. That will be very important. They might be waiting for Fynn because they kinda probably expect... Wait. This is my card! I can draw cards. As an aggro deck. My dream has come true. Let's go. Finally, we are getting a little bit foothold in this game. That also means we can go for Fynn. There is a chance for a sweeper in the next turn, but I need to take risks. Like, our opponent has very good opening, answering literally everything we did on board. So, I need to kind of flood the board a little bit. This is acceptable. Obviously, I would love to not see nowhere to run. But it is what it is. Like, we would get so much extra tempo if not this card. Alright, another one. We still have more. So it's not so bad as it might look. We also get Cottage. Honestly, Innkeeper's talent is absolutely excelling in this deck so far. I knew it would be nice, but I didn't realize it would be absolute game breaker for us. Like, because with the Siege and talent, you can draw cards without attacking, so the moment you drop a creature, you instantly redraw the card. Normally you need one extra turn to just set it up. Oh, I don't think they can answer Preacher on 1 mana, because Hex won't hit it, it's 3-drop, which means we will hit with it, and we'll even draw a card. Okay, they paint. Go for it, my champ. Go for it. What's the worst? Okay, so this is very important. We could go for the Space Dragon and put a lot of counters. I need to think about this. This is our moment. We could also attack with Cottage and deal massive damage, which will help us for later. I will go for it. I think it's good. And we put the counter on this, because then we can survive removal easier with it. Okay, let's go. Let's freaking go. This is the most expensive, so they probably play the Leak of Wraps, unless they play Rapture. Okay, kinda mismatch, but I'll take it. You want Forest, of course, with this. But still, we got some good damage. Our opponent, of course, took the turn off. They refilled their hand really well, but now they always need to think about this Cottage. So basically, we have like 2 angles of attacking. The board that is, free every turn, and Cottage that we need to pay, but it is a surprise mechanic. like packs. The Leak See, every time they tap now, we can just hit really hard, and we will stack more and more power on this Cottage. I wonder what they will take. Preach. Honestly, our deck is so versatile that even though it seems like it's a Fynn deck, we can just play with everything. Extremely bad draw. Don't draw like this, guys. Let's go. Like, you know what has to happen. Sniper is very useful here, because we can keep the pressure going. Oh man, that's so much damage. Let's go. We get them to 0 graveyard. They are dead to single attack from the cottage. So now for the rest of the game they need to hold at least 2 mana for cottage. It would be more if not those nowheres to run. So it's still not over for our opponent. They might have, good enough answers that they always have 2 extra mana, but it is basically taxing. Imagine you destroyed 2 lands for the rest of the game. This is what this did. That's game. Because now they need to go for the throat just to survive, and then we kill them with sniper. I think that's game, unless they have double hex. Oh, they just got demolished. Okay, you are good at magic. What can I say? What can I say? However, I think we can still sneak it. Obviously, we cannot attack with cottage anymore, because they just answer it. We can put the counter here. This is Lifa. Kinda important. We could get more cards. Do we have more time? I'm not sure if we do. I'll try to go for... They probably have removal, man. I think our lethal is this. Because if they go for Demolition Field, then they have only 1 mana, which means they have to have Hex or they die to Sniper. So I will take this risk. Obviously, they might have Perfect Hand that answers literally everything, but if they don't... Wait. I'm sorry, what happened? Sloth from the future, to the rescue. Well, Nowhere to Run gives the word thing only on creatures, and they didn't wait until it's a creature, so oopsie. Wait, what? Well, guys, I think we need to start putting some counters on our cool creatures. Let's see. Our opponent, well... Our opponent was AFKing on the first turn. So you know what? I will skip the turn because I think they might get disconnected or something. So we just need to wait 1 turn, right? I think our opponent was on the play. Yeah, I think they missed the first turn. Honestly, was alt-tapped until they are back. I think they didn't play anything. So we will skip 1 turn to make it even. That also includes playing land, because of course if you play the land, that you keep the advantage. So now we gave back our opponent what opponent lost on turn 1, and now we are even. Now we are playing a legit game of Magic, which is always fun. Let's go for the talent. There is full tap, so we know this won't get countered, and Dimir generally doesn't answer enchantments very well. So whenever you see blue mana tapped, you want to drop enchantment, artifact, something annoying that will still be there for the rest of the game. Even if sometimes it's a little bit weaker play for like next turn, it will continue giving you the value, and suddenly every single creature you have will... Bro, come on. Okay, I thought they would go AFK again or disconnected. I want to have a cool game, let's go. Stock up. Our opponent is stacking so hard, which means I really hope they won't have Hex, so we at least get 1 good hit. But we cannot really know. 8 cards, so this pause could be a discard. If they have Hex, they would play it here, because why would you discard a card if you don't have to? So we'll first go for this. This means they have to pay ward. Now we can go for the siege. This puts the counter, this draws card. And finally, our Hullcarver with super cool art will start smashing our opponents. And this is why we have all those enchantments. By the way, we are a poison deck. You might not notice because it's so hard to have Fynn not die, and this is exactly why I basically made the deck in such a way that it has multiple strategies and each one of them works separately. Thanks to this, we can play games like that. Do we? Yes. Honestly, Cottage is a freaking MVP of this deck, because it is a creature that is always there, always lurking, always waiting for our opponent to tap for a moment, thinking that they are safe. Not with us. Not with us. And the fun part is that Cottage keeps growing. So every next attack hurts more. So with normal Cottage, that would not be lethal. With our super Cottage, this is lethal. Our opponent playing Cavalry with extra steps. The classic. Alright. Alright. Go away. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We want the creature, so we can put some counter. Man, the fact that we can get the card instantly after playing a creature is massive. This is actually kinda legit. Because attacking is so much different than just, playing a creature. They cannot answer everything at instant speed always, which basically guarantees that you play a creature and you redraw the creature. Then you play another one and you draw another one. It's so much harder to answer than just, after one turn when, the summoning sickness goes away, you swing, and they also know about it. It's not only that, they can answer it, they have full turn to prepare for the swing. Here it just drops. And it's like, hi, I have a card and a creature. So I think our opponent is in a pickle. They had some decent plays overall. I think they were pretty greedy with Day of Black Sun. That I don't think they got too much out of this, right? It was just... I don't remember, honestly. I think it was just 1-for-1 or something. Bro, what's going on the other side? Bro, I gave you the full turn. At least play the rest of them. Alright, I will edit it out. And guys, I have to say, this is what you get. We gave them full extra turn out of goodness of our Dark Dimir Golgari Blackheart. And this is what we get, a full rope until the end. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. And there it is. Full rope until the very end, after we gave them a free turn. Alright, I'll still win. Well, unfortunately we will have to play the green part of the deck for now, but fortunately we're prepared with our sniper. I took sniper instead of, this spider hero because of vigilance. It's such a big deal. Of course our opponent plays green, which means that this is a badger enjoyer. How could you play green without badger? Like, come on. It's not the first one in a row I've seen, so what can we do though? I think Siege can be nice, because we can start stacking. The mana still is getting to us, but I guess we can level up at least, so that will be useful later. Let's draw cards. That should be okay. Unfortunately our opponent will keep the badger, which is usually how you lose game in 2 turns. I mean, if 2-drop survives, guys, you have to lose. Like, if a 2-mana win con is in the board for a single turn, you know that you go completely crazy. Jokes aside, they don't have elves nor the pollinator, so I hope the turn will be absolutely ridiculous, but not crazy ridiculous as usually with badgers. When they suddenly spam 9 mana on turn 3. Okay, our opponent needs to pay heavily just to answer a random 1-drop, so that's always nice. And the point is that our play is not for 1 turn. We actually can do it all the time. So let's go for the Tinybones. This will be incredibly annoying for our opponent. And do we go for the Siege? We don't really attack. We can draw cards, but I think we need more creatures. For now, our card advantage is pretty decent. We'll go with what? Adept? Tinybones is surprisingly annoying for our opponent. An incredible draw for us, because that allows us to make one more play. They don't play sweepers, probably. So if they fall behind on board, they cannot really recover, outside of scaling, with the dragon. The space dragon. But against Death Touchers, it's just a question how many creatures you have, So the stats do not matter unless they have trample. So we are going many turns ahead. For now, they will ping something like Tinybones, very good trade for our opponent. They will draw 2 cards, but keep in mind, they need to do all of this just to get few cards. We get them for free every turn, and they probably don't have the answer to those. This is the engine that will stay. So, we could even put Counter and Menace. I really like it. Our opponent is pretty low. I think we can. Let's go for this. Do we want Death Touch? I mean, we have Death Touch on everything. This is not legendary. So, against Menace. I guess this would be better. So we put 1 counter here, but where goes the Menace? That's the important part. Very bad draw. I think we just attack... they can trade with the Dread Knight. So you know what? I think we want extra value here. If we pump it to 4, they don't have good block. Like, they need to use Freebooter and Red Knight, and that is half of their board, and then they have only, you know, the Badger package. I think they will still do it. Oh, they did. Well, that's a lot of damage. That is a ton of damage. And let's go with Tinybones. Do we go for Vraska? It kinda gives away our game plan, but let's go. Let's go. Let's be mana efficient. We have a lot of creatures. Now each creature has a death touch counter. Of course we use it to draw cards mostly, in case we don't hit the Siege, in case we don't hit the Fynn. One of the ideas for the deck was that, of course you have only 4 Fynns, and what happens if you don't draw your main card and suddenly you are not a poison deck? Well, this is the answer. We are basically making sure that we have other game plans that still work even without Fynn, and just uses, you know, Death Touchers, Legendary, stuff like this. Reclamation Sage. Very good value. They took one that draws cards, which makes perfect sense. We could get some creatures, only one. And they will have to block soon. I think we go for the level up. We put so many counters. As you can see, Innkeeper's talent is insanely good here. We can put 2 counters where? I mean, Tinybones. This is the card that we absolutely want to get. I don't think we attack with Sniper, because it's one card that has nice block for them. But Tinybones will be a bit of a problem, and they have 1-drops. Oh, yep. And we can get it back from the graveyard with Osteomancer or whatever that card is. Decent trade for them. They go to 3. The point is that our enchantments keep pumping the value over and over every turn for free. So at some point they need to spend cards just to answer our 0, you know, mana play right now. And that kind of forces us always a little bit ahead, but our opponent has 4 cards to our 1, and they also can draw with Dread Knights. So, you know, this will be an interesting one. Definitely they got a ton of value from this Sage, not only killing our main enchantment, which stopped our Cardo, but also trading pretty nicely against one of our creatures, but we'll continue pressuring them until they have no blockers, or no cards, or no answers. Oh no! Oh no! The mana is not a resource anymore. Our opponent has 4 mana by spending 2 mana. Makes perfect sense. And I will never get surprised with the ridiculous power level of this card. It's so over the top that it's just curious, you know? So let's go for the Space Dragon here. And this is why we have this card, because at some point we might need scaling. And guys, let's get some scaling, shall we? Yep. Now it will be easier to close the game. And I don't think it matters, honestly. Let's put it on the Sniper, because it can block everything. Well, now I have a feeling that they will have to block, even with... Man, the question, will they go for the Badger or Genova? Oh my god, so this is what it takes to... See, they prefer 4-drop over 2-drop, because they know that this card is so busted compared to the other ones, that 2-drop is higher valued than 4-drop. That really tells the story, doesn't it? Yep, everything dies. It's so funny, because I thought, well, if you have a 4-drop and 2-drop, obviously you should lose the 2-drop, right? That's how you normally play game. But everybody knows that Badger is better than 2-drop. It's actually better than 4-drop right now. And yep, our opponent still has some plays, but I think they are running out of answers and time. And by the way, this is why I included this, because I knew there would be a stalemate at some matchups, and you just need to pump a lot of stats. And because we are playing talent, we are already putting counters. Space Dragon is actually incredibly good for our deck. But it's not main strategy, but it's, you know, the stale breaker, the board breaker, when you cannot attack and your opponent also cannot, which happens a lot with Death Touchers. Like, you don't want them to block. Okay, Eaten Alive. Everything has a ward, but you know, our opponent has Badger, so mana is not a thing. They can probably just hardcast it for 5. But they lost one battle, so that's why they even needed to, care about sacrificing. Let's see. Our opponent, running out of answers. Our opponent is playing some sneaky Dimir. What can we do? I think we'll go with Fynn and see what happens. Because obviously this is the card that has to be answered. It's either counterspell or removal. I would expect removal, to be honest, because you usually play more of it, and counterspells are usually premium. So that's why you spend removal when it works, and you keep counterspells for future. Cool, as you can see, as expected. We will try to set up, the synergy cards and see what happens then. So let's go with the Siege first, because of course next is Cecil. I think whenever you put... I will go with the counters for now. Oh, interesting. I didn't expect that, this will go through. Maybe they just want to kill every single creature. This feels like the Pro Tour Dimir, because they play triple Essence Scatter, so this could get interesting. I will go for Fynn and see if they have another Essence Scatter. It seems they do. It seems they drew multiples. Or just Spell Snare. Well, we'll see if we ever get to a creature in this game. Our opponent so far triple removed our creatures, and we're slowly starting to run out of them. So they didn't draw lands, but they drew all the 1 and 2 mana answers, so it honestly doesn't hurt them as much anymore. Like, as long as you can trade turn for turn and card for card, you're kinda fine. And at some point they will draw the 3rd and the 4th land, which means stock up, consult, and they win. So we need to really keep pushing. Alright guys, let's go with Vraska and see if this sticks, at least. Of course this is legendary, so we are using it for Vraska Joins Up. Our opponent has the second Essence Scatter and the 4th answer in a row. And this is actually nuts. But let's see, and as you can see they still get the land, so it doesn't hurt them at all. As long as they trade every single card during the game, they will be completely golden. So, right now our opponent is tapped, so I will use this occasion to set up the Space Dragon. There is a chance that they are running out of answers. I'm not sure about it, but this is what we need to play into. Guys, a classic deck of standard that tries to survive to turn 5. Literally 95% of the cards are answers to 1 and 2 drops. But this is crazy, and the fun part is that we play those decks. Another one. This is against Cavaro. This is against all the aggro decks. So far every single card was used to try to survive. Let's go for Tinybones. Maybe something will stick, but they didn't have priority, now they have, so that means another removal spell. So they will keep doing the thing. Now we have double Cottage still. But honestly, at some point, we will run out of answers. I'm just playing, I'm not even bluffing. At this point, I'm just hitting face and seeing if, after 6 removal spells basically, we can resolve a creature to attack. No. I don't mind it, but it's kinda hilarious what the type of gameplay standard has here. 7 removal for 1 or 2 mana basically. I'm very interested because our opponent removed non-legendary creature, so either they missed what Vraska Joins Up does, or they had a game plan. It feels like they missed this. And by the way, this is why you have Tinybones, because originally I had different 1-drop, and after Vraska Joins Up, I switched everything to legendary, and we also play more Cecils because of this. Our opponent is looking for something interesting. They will never choose Vraska. I think they will go for Tinybones probably. Is that Cottage? Did they try to get Cottage? Honestly, I think we might still win, guys. I know it sounds ridiculous. Yeah, they went for Cottage. But I think we can still win. Let's go for Vraska, because she is legendary, and Siege. I think we can... Yep. With this, we have card advantage, so unless our opponent stocks up very soon, Honestly, I don't mind Rise of Sozin, even though it's amazing because of course they instantly answer the threat. We can already do stuff. This is not legendary. So we could hit, get the counters, get the card, or set up Fynn. I honestly will go for this. Even though it's a little bit greedy, I could get instantly a card. I think having this in the board is better. Don't forget that so far every single turn they played was removal in some form. Or a counter spell, which is also the same thing. They named a land that doesn't exist in our deck. So, yep. We are just farming this value, man. And this will be for Sozin. Our opponent, of course, knows that we'll be attacking, probably. But they still need to find the answer. So, swing. And let's draw those juicy, juicy, juicy cards. I will get the counter on Cottage because the Fynn draws card. Let's get rid of the most expensive thing, so they cannot evidence maybe at some point. Yep, we put the counter, which means we are drawing card. Card will be incredibly powerful. And now we draw another card because we deserve all the cards. As you can see, when Sloth is playing aggro, still drawing cards. That's the play. Do we go for... I think this is good. Because with this, they are kind of forced to sweep the board. Even if they have 3 steps ahead, you know, it's okay. It's okay. They will get the value. As you can see, we kind of play an interesting one. Every single spell was basically removal in some form. Of course, counter spell is like removal before the creature enters the battlefield. However, this is important. This has to resolve. And I'm not sure if it can. I will go with it. Wait. Maybe no, I will start with this. Preacher is also important, but I really hope they cannot counter it. Easy. Single mana, not even trying. Amazing. Not happy about this one. Let's attack and see what happens. We will put the counter, we will get Menace, and we will get a card, and then we will get maybe a card, unless our opponent plays the 10th removal in a row. Well, how about that? Do you think they have a single card in the deck that isn't, please, I want to survive creatures? And by the way, just to be clear, I'm not laughing at the player, I'm laughing at what you need to do to survive in Standard. Because that makes perfect sense, all of it. And they're, oh my god, they actually top deck Demolition Field. Man, our opponent is a true legend of drawing removal even in the form of lands. That's incredible, because that was our win con. This is how we were supposed to win. But as you can see, good draw from the top is all you need to switch the game. However, I still think we should win. They also need to answer Preacher. Every creature we play is massive, has menace, and draws at least 1 card a turn. So they cannot miss a single answer for the whole game. And even after 10 removal spells, you know, they still need to find 11th. But this Demolition Field actually gave them the chance to win. If they top deck another good card, you know, there's a lot that they can do. They can get a creature, right? Let's see what they will get. I don't remember what is the best target, so we'll see. Oh, they can get 3 creatures. That's amazing. Oh my god, this is what you get. They also countered our removal, you know, on top of everything else. So, we will draw a card when we attack. And we'll draw another one. So, I will still go for it. They need to waste 2 creatures. And then we'll kill Sozin, and even after this ridiculous turn when they stole 3 creatures from us, and we drew a land. Oh, we drew 2 lands, man. I really feel that the Shuffler is really trying to tell me who should win this game, because our opponent is drawing bomb after bomb after bomb for the whole game, and we're doing lands in the deck that doesn't play them. Like, we have 21 lands, guys. We cannot really flute in this deck, but we still will. Yep. I have to go for this trade. So what is the problem? I will tell you exactly what is going wrong. Our opponent is top decking the answers, and we are top decking clans, which do nothing. So by last draws, we got 3 cards disadvantage basically. Our 2 cards, we drew more cards than our opponent, but we got less value from it. So that's kinda massive, and honestly game losing. Because you cannot, just get 3 cards less and still win. Right now our opponent will use Cecil, that will flip to life gain back to 20, and they will win with our own creature. I told you, Demolition Field was exactly the lethal. So the fact that our opponent just answered it by drawing a card, I mean, pretty darn good. And we're out of creatures right now officially. Which means that, and our opponent is all, bro, this guy does not know how to draw a land and pass the turn. Something we just did twice in a single turn. And that will be a loss. You can outplay everything, but you cannot outplay the Shuffler. If Shuffler gives you 3 lands and your opponent gets 3 perfect answers, you are done. Donezo. It's honestly super frustrating because we are so incredibly ahead until the draws literally decided who wins. I will play one more turn, but game is over. We drew 3 lands, our opponent drew Stock Up, Demolition Field, after 10 perfect answers. Like, at this point, there's no point in playing. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. I have to say that the deck surprised me. It was way more fun than I expected, probably because we keep drawing cards, and it also plays not like an aggro deck. It actually gives you so many cards that you can play a long, fun game. I absolutely loved it so far. We also ranked up, so I will show the stats. But first, our absolute legend for today is Stackhouse A, and what can I say, my friend? You got a massive banger, Golgari in Death Touch form. This one is for you. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, really thank you for supporting the channel. I hope you are having good time, and just huge thank you. And about this deck, I will show you the score. We went 4 wins, 2 losses, so pretty darn good. And in all honesty, it just felt really good. I made kind of this strategy because I just wanted to have a second way to finish the game. So we are a poison deck, and I believe we never had a poison game because the rest of the deck is just doing more. So Fynn is basically a Death Toucher here that is legendary, which synergizes with those two, and also gives you the option of being poison deck without actually making it something you need to hit. And that's important because if your whole deck relies on 4 cards, especially a creature that gets removed instantly, well, you won't have a great time. But with this package of enchantments, every single creature we have is absolutely deadly and draws cards and grows. This was the idea for the talent mixed with those, but I have to say it just worked so much better than I expected. And this means that early game the Death Touchers protect you against any creature. You can always block and trade, and later they cannot ignore those, even 1-drops, because you get so many counters, and Menace, which means that they need to trade 2 for 1 if they want to defend against them. So yeah, and with the Space Dragon you still get the scaling for the late game, similar to the Badger decks. Of course, you need good draws as with every matchup. You might get steamrolled with Badgers. One of the losses was literally guy playing Badger, and then Space Dragon, and just having board of 50-50 on like turn 4 or 5. And it was like, cool, bro. So those games will happen, but the deck was very fun. I enjoyed it, and it surprised me nicely. So I hope it will be the same for you. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys, as always. Thank you to all amazing patrons that allow us to make content every single day. Where would we be if not our cool patrons? So thank you guys for that. And yeah, I really think we kind of cooked today. Not only we used a lot of cool, fun cards that don't see as much play, but it actually went very well. So yeah, that was a good day on the arena. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. And like and subscribe if you like it, because that helps the channel too. Thank you.
With